Yo, what is going on, everyone, in the XRP community? I hope you guys are having yourselves a fantastic day today, as usual, as the market is sliding back from its recent little relief rally. XRP actually up the most in the last 7 days in the top 10 cryptocurrency. Looks like Shiba Inu finally showing some life again. Don't know why. This is still a top 14 coin, but it's not going to be here forever. I'll tell you that much. So guys, XRP charts, of course, we have had a pullback as expected. XRP recently went for the break, right? Went for the breakout, came back for the retest, flipped this zone here, and then went for the run and completely filled this gap on the 4-hour chart. Like we talked about in previous videos, the market creates gaps, which are just, prices going completely vertical one direction, no pullbacks. Market's got to go ahead and fill that gap at some point. So that gap has been filled. Also, this little tiny gap back here got filled. And, guys, we've been doing a lot of Cobcasts, doing a lot of late night streams, getting pretty euphoric about the XRP pumping because it did go from bottom to top about, wait, that's not the right tool. It did go from bottom to top. It did go about, 55%, pretty decent move for just what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of price action, 5 days, 50%, not bad. But it's like, obviously, with this kind of completely vertical move happening, we just knew that this is going to have to pull back at some point. Like, no matter how euphoric you get staring at a chart going completely vertical, I always just know in the back of my mind, okay, like, it's going to have to pull back. Does that mean the pump is over? Absolutely not. Pullbacks are healthy. Retracements are healthy. They need to happen to continue to move forward. You do not get gigantic booms without a pullback. Like, you have to have pullbacks. They're necessary. I know people like to get angry at them, but you just have to have them to keep going. Okay? Like here, for example, going from 22 cents to 37. Look, it had to pull back to continue moving forward to 52 and then pulled back to 33 to get up to 75 and then pulled back to 36 to get up to 197. So look, you got to have pullbacks along the way. It's just the way it goes. If you're wanting, something like this to happen to the cryptocurrency you own, XRP, you have to understand along the way, from a micro aspect, along the way, you're going to get pullback. You have to have them. You can't escape them. You're not just going to get gains in a straight line. You got to have little hiccups along the way. You got to let the market kind of balance itself out, do some back tests, find some buyers, create a support foundation up at these high price levels. So guys, XRP right now, we are predicting on the channel $1.53 in 2 weeks because of this absolutely beautiful weekly double bottom on the iron wall, double bottom zone, followed by bullish engulfing, followed by bullish and confirmation, ending in 2 days, 20 hours. So I am looking for, in the next 2 weeks, we get this W formation and get to the $1.53 resistance. That's what we're looking for to happen here. In my opinion, this is something that just has to happen. It's the 60-cent iron wall zone, flipped into support, double bottom on the weekly. I think it's ready to go. Okay, so a little bit more micro analysis. Interesting formation on the 4-hour. You could call this a top. You could argue that this is a top, but we do have a pretty critical zone here when you start to look at it closely, okay? If you want to look at this whole zone of demand, guess what? This is old resistance. Look at this, man. This was a level that used to be demand, was broken, flipped into resistance, and then, respected it heavily, and now broke back above that level again, went for the back test, successful back test off that level. A little bit of a pump cancellation here because this is a resistance zone, so we got to pull back again, find some liquidity, find higher ground, build support. So it looks like right now on the 4-hour chart, we are going for the double bottom on this zone, turning it back into resistance, because as you can see, like back here, this was once a support zone, turned into resistance, now back into support. And as you can see, this latest 4-hour candle, quite weak here with the sellers failing. Move it down to the 1-hour. Look at what happens. Gets down to this zone of demand because, right here is clearly, this is demand, and this is also similarly the base for a rally, okay? So you have rally, base, rally, okay? So this is a base for a rally and a demand zone. You see the price gets down here, lots of wicks, small candles, doji, more wick, bam. Now it gets down here again, comes back down to the demand zone. What's it doing? Long wick, small candles, doji, and then I'm thinking, bam. That's what I think is likely here. We have some very, very unique conditions for XRP right now. The macro charts are absolutely breathtaking. You know, just in case, I know all you guys have not seen some of my latest videos. There's going to be some people who haven't seen them. We have some, literally breathtaking conditions for XRP. We have something on the charts that's only really happened like one time before, which led to 8,000% pump. I'm pretty much going to show this in most of my videos until XRP reaches all-time high, because this is the major thing I'm looking at for right now. Okay, it's the origin trend channel going for the 5th ever touch of the support of the demand zone, which is also just happens to be crossing with the 60-cent iron wall weekly double bottom. Absolutely perfect right here. We have major all-time historic demand trend line crossing with a weekly double bottom. That's why I just think this little 4-hour pullback, I don't think this is really going to do anything. This is just kind of necessary to keep moving forward. Like, as you have these parabolic moves, just like we, did back here, you kind of have to pause for a little bit, pull back, find some level ground, and test the waters to see how strong really the sellers can get before you keep moving forward. And that's exactly what's happening right now here again, except it's taking a little bit more time than this last one. So, guys, long term, we are staring at the weekly chart, major double bottom. We are looking for $1.53 in the next few weeks. And lately, some interesting SEC news. Check this out from James K. Fillon on Twitter. Breaking: Ripple files letter motion to compel the SEC to turn over notes taken by the SEC regarding a 2018 meeting between Brad Garlinghouse and former Commissioner Roisman. The SEC refuses, claiming they are privileged. Quite hilarious. Quite hilarious. They are saying that those notes are privileged. A discussion between Brad Garlinghouse and a former commissioner. The notes from that meeting that Brad Garlinghouse participated in is privileged and not to be released. I mean, it seems like the SEC has some kind of God complex here, like they don't have to give up anything, while at the same time Ripple's got to turn over a bunch of documents. And not even considering the 1,000 pages of discussion between William Hinman and Simpson Thatcher. Yeah, those are being released either. But again, Ripple's turning over everything. SEC does, dude, it's like pulling teeth trying to get these documents from them because they know they're going to go against their case. Another quick little thing, a little article from Finance Feeds. Ripple stands to win battle over fair notice amid SEC's backfire. The enforcement actions cited in the report do not actually support the SEC's argument in the first place, Ripple argued. Ripple has filed its reply regarding the SEC's motion to strike the fair notice affirmative defense to oppose the SEC's inappropriate request for judicial notice and to address the SEC's misleading characterization of its prior enforcement actions. The SEC has previously asserted that Ripple's fair notice defense fails because prior to suing Ripple, the SEC had already brought more than 70 cases that subjected other digital assets to the application of federal securities laws. Yeah, but those assets were an ICO. An ICO. XRP was not an ICO. XRP was not issued by any company or business or corporation. It's a decentralized creation by a community. More specifically, early Bitcoiners. Yeah, it's so funny nowadays, Bitcoiners hate on XRP when XRP was created by early Bitcoin supporters and developers that saw miles ahead of everyone else that, Bitcoin would eventually run into scaling issues. All right. Guys, thank you for tuning in the video today. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to getting back into the streaming with you guys again. This is kind of my first day off from like a week streaming every single day, but wanted to get out this video to you guys. And I am looking forward to getting on the next pump stream because we are at the demand zone. And when it comes to, supply and demand, respecting the zone is more likely than break, retest, continue. That's what I learned in my futures trading journey, is that, supply, just simple respecting supply and demand zones happens more often than a break and retest, because that's essentially what you're getting is a breakout. Markets usually aren't breaking out most of the time. They're respecting supply and demand. And again, that 4-hour chart, note the seller's weakness that we're seeing here. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in the video today. We really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, check the links in the description to support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.